Hello. So I wanted to do a sketchbook tour series of, my old sketchbooks. I'm about to finish my most recent one, and I thought it'd be interesting to look back on the last couple of years. I was thinking I'd start from here. This is my second semester, freshman year of high school sketchbook. Freshman year, second semester, I think I started in February maybe. There's a date on the inside. Sketchbook, as you can see, it's a Canson mixed media that fell apart, so I repaired it with tape and string. And there's some stickers. A lot of these were given to me, or I just found them usually, or I got them in big packs. Yeah. And then on the inside is our first page, and then this is my, I think I just kind of found this piece. Flip out. I've covered sensitive information with sticky notes of Bud. Yeah, as you can see, started 4/11/2022. I don't know when I ended, I guess. But my goals for this sketchbook were to work on backgrounds, animal anatomy, dynamic poses, and branch out with mediums and textures, which I feel like I did some of that. This is the first page. It's a girl. And then when you flip it up, if I could do it, she's like a zombie-ified. 4/11/2022. At the time my name was Kid, it was, it was a different time in my life. And then this is the next page. I liked using sticky notes a lot, and I used to do more pencil stuff, and then I'd cover it with tape. Don't remember what's underneath here, probably something I didn't like. And there's little doodles, house, random, and then these are like me drawing myself, pony beads, and my friend as ponies, and this is my friend's drawing from high school. Me being gay. Kind of like a self-portrait if I was a lifeguard. I was really obsessed with the idea of being a lifeguard. My friend, I drew them some person, sort of an emo guy. And then this is Kawaru from Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is like the spoilers, but the neck scene. Yeah, I think I used watercolor for this. I was really big into watercolor at the time. And then this is kind of like a trash page. I don't know where I got this sticker. Just some doodles, and then underneath here, a drawing of the boy I had a crush on at the time, and then I was like, I have to hide this. And then these are my OCs. Luna and Danny. At the time, their name was Looney, but I changed it to Luna because I liked it better. And this is Mitzi, I think? The mouse from the Rockafire explosion. Lots of stuff going on here. Some more doodles, an OC, I think. I think that's Luna again. Me being gay. Under here is something I probably didn't like. I really like this drawing. I should redraw this. Like this Space Girl. I was listening to that song a lot at the time. And I also really love this drawing too, just like the textures and then the use of the bold red. I really like that. And then are a bunch of my friends' doodles. Of course, there's a penis. Let's see, what does it say? Jesus, Annie. Magito, balls. My friend drew Sonic. And then this is like some random stuff that I thought was cool. I was into was really fun, like Littlest Pet Shop, PS Popular. There's Savvy and there's Brooke. I had this very like shape informed style, like I really liked doing stuff with different shapes to convey personality, and I think that was really fun for me. Some random stuff. I had 2 different colored pens. I really liked this red pen. Lots of doodling. I was kind of like doing some signature practice, like what did I want my thing to be. And here's Spree. I don't know if you guys remember Spree, but it was really a big like comedy horror with the guy from Stranger Things, and I really liked it. So I did some doodles. Don't know where these came from. I don't know if that was me or not. Some like lyrics and then random crap. And then I did this like watercolor background that I really liked, so I put one of my OCs in front in a window. I think that's really interesting compositionally. And there's some random bullshit. The googly eyes are all constantly falling off from this, but there's another OC. And these are like event creatures that I made because, you know, I was 15. Like kind of the idea was that they represented different people in my life. It's pretty overt. If you know me, like, you can tell. But I was like experimenting with these like demon things. This guy, very emo. It was very emo. And then there's some vent stuff and some flowers. I was doing like a Mitski vent thing to Pearl. And then, fuck, I forgot their name. The guy is from... Right. Sorry, my door's open right now. The guy's from Ace Attorney, the Ace Attorney Chronicles, like the prequel, like, I forgot their name, but I really liked them. My friend was playing the games, I'd watch them, and then I would read fanfiction about them and draw them. And then drawing of my friend, my Splatoon character, and some random, like, kind of similar to the one before with the red tears coming down. I really like the black with the red accent. And this is like a random character that I have that's supposed to be like, I don't know, just this little wanderer who gets lost in another world and doesn't talk. I did a lot of like little notebook drawings all the time, and this is my old friend's artwork of their Splatoon character. And then there's a zombie girl. I really like zombies. I love drawing zombies a lot. And this song, the zombie song lyrics, you know the one. And then I saw this snail backpack, so I drew a girl with a snail backpack. And then I don't know what I was on right then. My friend's persona, some probably event stuff, something I was doing for class. And then this is also like my design class, elements of design, sophomore year. There's these 2 people in my classes, and like, not trying to say too much about them, but for context, one's name at the time was Ghost and the other one, their name was Mouse. And they were like good friends, and so I had this idea of like a ghost and a mouse or friends would be really cute, like cartoon duo, I think. Kind of reminds me of High Five, Ghost and Muscle Men, but except one of them is nice. And then my friend drew Flutterjack. I think it's Flutterjack, or is that Rarity? I genuinely can't tell. No, Rarity doesn't have wings. What am I talking about? It's Flutterjack. And then I drew a person on the bus. Somebody put this in there. Some, like, a body practice, but then I put a mustache over it. And then some hands. I think these are really good still. I like them a lot. I just really like this one. Like, that's really cool. More hands. This is for a class. I was kind of like, you know, just taking random bullshit that I found at the bottom of my bag or like trash and just drawing over it. This is my friend. Not great. I could definitely do better now. We were doing realism stuff in class, and then this is me and my friend if we were in the Beatles Yellow Submarine art style. Or at least that's what I was going for. And then some perspective stuff and edgy bullshit. And then I drew this because I was thinking about perspective a lot, but I also had this idea of like a world where there's these like cannibal creatures. I don't know what the billboards are about, because some of them are like anti-meat and some of them are meat, like the cannibals versus the non-cannibals, and like this world, I don't know. Just some doodles. This is like the idea for like a cannibal guy. My friend drew this. This is our like ROC that we made up. Or My Little Pony OC. Her name is Holly Honk, and she's just like she has this carrot. She's like kind of a shitpost pony. I tried to draw her here, but it didn't work out. Drawing her, she likes grilled cheese, and she's like a clown mobster, but she's just weird. I love her. Some like random studies and more study, and then like again using that sort of shape language a lot. Studies. Me being sad, and then just kind of doodling this stuff. This is my classmate. I drew them playing guitar in class. And then I had this like white pen. Very emo. I still really like these. Like the highlighter drawings are really fun to do. And then the bruise that I had. Some like watercolor crap. I didn't draw the rose. I drew this. I thought that was really fun. So my friend drew the rose. I drew this. Like, I really love this. Some more event stuff. I really like this, like, drawing myself being weird. Sink your teeth into a good book. I was always collaging all the time, putting stuff in my sketchbook. And then this is an old friend's artwork. We were drawing on the page and they were drawing me. Somebody else's character, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they were drawing me just like being gay, and yeah, good times. I don't know, I was thinking about MCR probably, but I think this is a cool typeface that I was going for. Some more like trash I picked up off the ground. I really like this one, like the weird silhouette of the guy. This is a frame from, we made our friend a happy birthday video, where we took paper like cutouts and acted out a whole thing, and I really love this one that my friend drew. Some just random crap. More just drawings. I had this idea of like a comic book company, Lightning in a Bottle Comics. Probably already exists, but I was just fucking around with it. And then my friend Cage. It's nice to see how collaborative my sketchbooks were. I drew my friend, just some random crap. I really like this drawing of some person I found on Pinterest. More people. Ray because he's gay. I think that's Jane the Killer. Composition ideas for a poster about food insecurity and like pollution, I think, for a class project, and then some animals that are all fucked up. I really loved this. I don't remember what it's for, but just like the colors, I was like, oh my god. And then I think somebody wanted me to draw them a tattoo. Heart. This is an old drawing. I think I redrew it somewhere. Yeah, right there. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, this is a drawing from 2020. I did with gouache. And then I love these clowns that I drew with highlighter, and then these are some prints that I made. And then this is a redrawing from the year, and I think it's pretty good. It's really cute. And then something I found on Pinterest. I think I drew friends. Yeah, some old friends. Myself. Random crap I was venting. I was also venting. Execute the artist. Nothing means anything. I remember I showed my uncle my sketchbook at the time one time, and he made fun of me for this page, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, no, leave me alone. Friend from class. Some edgy crap. People. My old club logo. Some bugs. And then some people. Some poem I wrote. And that's that. That's it. Okay. This is my sophomore year, I think, sketchbook, or like later end of sophomore year. I had this sketchbook and my previous one at the same time. This was kind of like my trash sketchbook. It was like, this is the sketchbook that I'm gonna put all of the bullshit that I'm experimenting with. It's like, it doesn't have to look good, which, you know, usually that's how sketchbooks are supposed to be anyway. But my teacher was like, you should have multiple at the same time. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And this is a bigger size, so I was like, yeah. And it's covered with a bunch of bullshit stickers. Like whatever sticker I thought was too ugly to go on my main sketchbook, I would put on here. But it's still one of my favorites because it's like very experimental for me at the time. Some stickers I pulled off of polls on Seattle. A classmate, I was kind of like experimenting with this angle. I like this one a lot better than the other ones. I don't remember what I was doing it for. I feel like I had a specific goal in mind. And then some typography and some character drawings. I think I was trying to do like a little picture book about a dog that found a doll and was trying to return it to its owner. And then there's some animal practice. Gay people I found on Pinterest, probably. Robot. And then I was using ink. Like I was blowing ink around and then made it into this lady. I'm gonna say I didn't do it very well. There was somebody online was doing this thing where they would just like make random shapes and then go over it with line to turn it into something, and I think it's really fun. I should definitely do it again. I really love this guy. The ghost. This bear is one of my favorites. I think that would make a really cool, like, interesting logo for something. Definitely very fun. And then some random crap. This is a coloring page somebody gave me. Some trash, a sticker. And then I was going and I was having all of my friends write your mom in their handwriting because I was 15. I really like this drawing. I love the orange with the neons. Like, I think that is one of my favorite things that I was doing at this time. And then somebody else is drawing some freaky shit. Again, my old friends, like, drawings. And then they drew me and I drew them. I think that's Shaggy. Not my drawing, somebody else's Splatoon drawing. And then I was drawing myself. I think I was doing like some bent ideas about my young self. The page, this was kind of based off of my friend at the time. I really love this one though, with like the shadow, and this one in front of the window. I really want to do something like that again. Zombie girl. I love drawing zombies. Somebody else's art. Drew this on a weird piece of paper I found, and then bunch of bullshit. My junk. My friend drew this one. And this was, I think, my friend's like math notes, and they were gonna throw it away, and I was like, this is so cute, like, I love your doodles, let me keep it. And then my friend wanted me to draw like a punk on top of this trash. I kind of put together all my like homework to draw on top of. I think this was my friend's drawing also. And then earlier I was talking about how we made a video for my friend's birthday, and these are more of the like frames from that video with the paper puppets. I really love this page. It's one of my favorites in this book. I just really like the colors, and the dog I think is really fun. Somebody else drew that. I don't remember this one. OC's, Luna, Gracie, some eyes, and then I was drawing my friends. So this one's an OC, but these are friends. My friends, they're a couple. It's really cute because this was them when they were like 15 and now they're still together. Doodles, more OCs. Didn't like how it looked underneath, I think. Danny, Luna, my friend's drawing. My friend's drawing, my friend's drawing. I was gonna point out a fake stained glass window setup for these windows that were in one of my school buildings, but we never ended up doing it. I really like these drawings that I did with this color pencil. I think they're very expressive. And also just like the purple and the orange is really fun. Another drawing similar to one earlier in the book of like gay people kissing. I love the orange. For my printmaking class in high school, we were doing a like a cultural themed print, and I drew a geisha. Another idea I had was to do like a banshee, but I ended up sticking with the geisha, and I was just kind of like working through like how to capture the actual art style of the time, and I didn't do amazing, but I really had fun working on it, and I made a print. And then this is Danny, this is Luna, this is me. At least what I wanted to look like at the time, I think. And then some animal drawings and headphones. More animal studies and a hand studies. A composition idea for a print. The bird and the worm. More like trash. My friend at the time had a band, and I wanted to draw a logo for them or draw t-shirt designs, but I never ended up doing it. And this is my friend's drawing of the one picture from Pinterest of the dog drinking the juice. Pinterest drawings. I still really like these. They're very expressive. I love drawing with pen. It's really fun. Some more studies. I think this is Eyeless Jack. This is like a picture that I took that I drew. I really love how I did the texture in the background. I need to do something like that again. Me drawing crap, like I was kind of doing like some mock-up ideas for fake brands to practice like design. King Crow was gonna be like a coffee brand, and then I think this was for a either a math class or a science class. I drew a doodle of A and B. I just don't remember. It's been so long. And then this cat from Pinterest. Some print compositions. There's this poem I really love. This is also for class, and I was kind of drawing like a pinup sort of style lady. I really love this one. But there's this poem I really love. I don't know if the full one's in here. A text ode to this genome computer by Chad Parmenter. And it's, one text blood in your printer, veins of yours truly turned black as syntax, and you, silicone Madonna. And then this is the scan of what I transferred to the plate. Ended up printing. And this is my friend's print from class. I really loved it, so I kept one of the photocopies, and then this is the geisha drawing. I think this is what I ended up doing. There's more me playing around with like what I wanted the composition to be, and I think there's this one. It was like a mix of these two turned into this one. I really love the pose that I did, and I think I did a good job. Yeah, see, I extended it up top. And then these were like just little mascot ideas for my club. Some OC drawings. Composition ideas. Somebody else's note to themselves that I won't read. That's that one. This is one of my most recent. This is the one that I had before my current one. I think there's another sketchbook that's in between this sketchbook and this one I have right here. This is a sophomore year, and this is like senior year of high school. I kind of had like a bit where I got very burnt out and I didn't draw as much as I do now, or as I used to. So this one is like kind of a longer time range. It's like senior year to January of this year. But I'm pretty sure there's a sketchbook that comes before this from my junior year. I don't have it with me where I am currently. But yeah, this is my sketchbook of last, and these are some stickers that I got in Chicago. And then some like uni stickers. Yeah, this one I kind of was in the middle of a time in my life where I really didn't draw much for myself. I was very, very busy, and this is kind of like a self-portrait. March 27th of 2025, right after I turned 18. Yeah, it's kind of what I looked like at the time. And these are drawings of concepts for masks for my prom, because the theme was masquerade. And then some stuff for class, and then this is all stuff for work. We had a zine library at my job, and so I blocked out like some information about where it was, but I made a poster that went on the outside of the zine library. And then this is more composition, just like a lot of class stuff and things for like, this is for my after school club. We all wanted to make a t-shirt, and then I designed the t-shirt. And then this is my pony OC. That's Billy Loomis. More stuff for the club, class stuff. I went to a My Little Pony rave, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to wear, because I wanted to either be Queen Chrysalis or DJ Pwn 3, and I ended up doing this. Doodles of OC, did one myself, a zombie stuff for a zine on how to make zines for my job. Zine library, and that's kind of what it looked like. Stuff for work, I was making a postcard for my job. Zombie, myself, just stuff. Zombie. This was after I had already gone to college by this point. Some hazmat guys. This was also for work. I went back I had made a postcard for October. And then this is class, my first day of class. And then some zombie drawings I wanted to make as another zombie print, but I haven't done it yet. And then I drew some friends, drew myself. I was hanging out with some friends in their dorm room, and I was drawing them and things in their dorm. This is when I went to the beach, and I drew my friends at the beach. And then these are my friends' drawings of me. Parker, Gray, Sherman. And then here's some body studies, and a bunch of class notes for my portfolio prep class. We also in class were doing Inktober, so I did some Inktober prompts. This was the first day, and it was the prompt was cheese, so I did or I can't remember if it was cheese. No, it was prepare. Prompt was prepare, and I just put cheese, but the idea was that it was a girl getting her pictures taken for prom. And then just a bunch of like notes we were looking at. The packaging on hot sauce bottles, and taking notes on like what we liked about it, and talking about elements of design. Here's some drawings from class of hands and people, and then we were making fun of my friend's ex-boyfriend. Some hazmat guys, my friend, another Inktober. This one is mustache, so I did Pringles. And then some me planning out Inktober, and then deer is the prompt for that one. I did like every other day, I think. I was on the train doodling. There's myself. And then I did crown, which I did dentist. I like that one a lot. yeah, and I'm on the train a lot, so I always kind of do like a sort of, it's like journaling to me in a way. Just like doodling things in my brain. And then this is a drawing of my friend, Mystic. And drawings on the way. I really like this drawing of this boot and the way that I liked it, the camo pant. Looks really cool to me. And then I made a zine about show etiquette and just like being a good person at a show. My door is open for light purposes, but people keep walking by, so I pause every once in a while because I don't like just talking to myself with my door open. But yeah, this is a zine I made about show etiquette, and just like respecting your community members. And then these are some napkin drawings of friends and people. And these are some more doodles. I had this sketchbook for a while. It was like a small sketchbook that I was doing life drawing in. That was the whole purpose for me, was I was like, I'm gonna draw like whatever comes to mind. Like, I'm just gonna draw things from life. And then I never ended up finishing it, so I decided to cut everything out and put it in my current sketchbook. Because like of the stuff that I was proud of. I think that might be what happened to my last sketchbook, the one before this one, is I'm pretty sure I'd never finished it, and I ended up just cutting out all of the drawings that I liked and putting it in this one because I felt like I wanted to start fresh, or like I wanted to, yeah, like I just wanted to have a fresh start because I was not feeling very inspired by my last sketchbook. These are a lot of like life drawings, and just people and things. And then again, more life drawings, and then this is Billy and Stu from Scream. And like some more portfolio work, and then here's Starfish. This is the Starfish. Not the kind that you think of. Heavy. Class studies, some doodles while I was in class. These are my OCs. They change a lot, depending on kind of where I'm at stylistically. So like in my previous sketchbook tours, you can see how their face shape changes a lot. I'm still trying to figure out what I want them to look like, really. Some drawings people in class, and then I did Sting October. Some more drawings, or sorry, some more class notes. And I was gonna do this one was gonna be Drink, and I was gonna do a car crash. Kind of morbid, but I never ended up finishing it because I was getting burnt out. Some text, and then again, never ended up getting to this Inktober prompt. And then this is a lot of like class stuff. This is when I was submitting my portfolio for my major, and like very close to it, so I was like really locked in on that. This is like, I had to do a logo. There's a part where you have to design a logo for a random set of words. So that was what I was working on. Just a lot of class stuff. Portfolio. I feel like I should make a video where I more fully go over my portfolio and the choices I made, because it's kind of, it's a long process, and it was a thing that I was working on in class for a long time, which I ended up getting into my program, so it worked out. But yeah, that's what I was really working on for a while here. And then for one of my classes, I made a paper doll as kind of like my final, where we were allowed to do some sort of art project that represents what we had learned, and it was my queer theory class, and I was doing a doll upon like autonomy and the use of sexual violence as a means of oppression and control historically. Some doodles from in class, and then I was designing a postcard for Valentine's Day at my job. I love you more than letterpress is what it says, and then it's a bunch of letterpress materials and a heart. And then I really like this Coffee Places, what's it called, sleeve, because it has the sign language for hot on it. I think that's really interesting. And then to-do list. And here's the last page, doodling some cigarettes and myself, and just random stuff. And that's the end of that.